I think the thing is, and I wanted to ask you about this too. Speaking of Chicago,
Yeah.
But did you watch the documentary?
Oh yeah, The Last Dance.
What'd you think about it? I think that was a sweet ass documentary.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm biased because I'm a Bulls fan, because I'm a Jordan fan. I'm biased in saying that probably pound for pound was the best documentary of any genre ever, just because of how in detail it was and the way that director broke it up into like fast forward and rewinds, where you're looking at Michael's last season, but bringing it back to where it's like in 91 or how the 97 playoffs paralleled stuff that Jordan was doing in 92. And it was just really well done. I'd be lying if I said my favorite episodes weren't like 3 and 4 because they were Rodman centric. But I don't know. The only thing I really don't like about The Last Dance was how little Pippen was involved.
Mm.
I feel like Scottie, he got love because Michael said without Scottie Pippen, there'd be no Michael Jordan. And I'm glad he said that because people give Scottie nowhere near enough credit for how good he was. But the fact that I don't even remember how many, he had one episode devoted to Scottie that I remember. I don't know if that was maybe it was episode 2.
Because they had that, because they talked about Scottie whenever Michael left to play baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they had that game. I can't remember what episode or anything like that, but I remember them saying it was when Michael was retired. And like I guess he quit on him or something like that. Like he walked, like he's like, "Nah, I'm not playing anymore. Like tonight or whatever it was." And I remember that because that was the season Michael wasn't playing. But
right,
yeah, I think they had only about one episode. I mean, somebody correct us wrong, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's just one episode dedicated straight to Scottie Pippen.
I think you're right. And the game, I don't even remember. I want to say it was the Knicks they were playing, but the fact that he wanted to run the play through Tony Kukoc and not give the ball to Scottie to take the shot. That's why he sat on the bench, and he's like, no, I won't even go out there and play, which was obviously a bitch move. But when you're riding in Michael Jordan's shadows and Michael's now gone and you've been carrying the team, who would they have given the ball to if Michael was playing? Michael. Yeah. So Scottie arguably wanted to say the same thing. He's like, why is the ball not coming to me? But Kukoc at the time was, that was a lights-out shooter. The dude was a spot-up shooter. That's who the ball should have gone to. I mean, either him or Steve Kerr is who should have got it. I wouldn't have given it to Pippen. And he's great, but I wouldn't have given it to him. Not with the rest of the people who were there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it.
I mean, that's just me. Yeah, you can feel why he did that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand it.
Because especially how you said it is, he's right. I mean, for the last, I don't know how many years, he was behind Michael Jordan. And he finally gets his shot.
Right.
Gets his season to, show what he can do, which I think he took the Bulls, to the conference finals or conference semifinals? Something at least.
Yeah.
So, and he did pretty,
I'm pretty sure it was second round. I think you're right, because remember, Michael came back from baseball, and it was like 15 games left in the regular season.
Yeah.
And he came in, and Orlando was who knocked him out, swept him. And it was that following year that Michael was like, well, fuck, that's not happening. And he tore him apart that following season.
I mean, dude, that Orlando team, though.
They were good.
You got Penny Hardaway. You got Shaq.
Yeah. Horace Grant.
Did they? Yeah, they had Horace Grant by then. Because that documentary they had about the Magic, that 30 for 30, that was a sweet documentary, too.
Oh, yeah.
I think ESPN, say what you want about their content nowadays, which is complete ass.
I agree.
Let me go ahead and say that. But their documentaries are on point.
Oh, they're solid, man. I can't knock those.
No. And to The Last Dance, I would say, counting sports, history, whichever, that's a top 5 documentary.
For sure. I agree.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone hasn't watched it, watch it. Because
it was great. And for so many different people, would that have been good? Like, if you were a sport fanatic, it covers so many other teams than just the Bulls. If you were Chicago Bulls fan, it obviously covers the Bulls. If you're a Jordan fan, it covers Jordan. If you're a sneakerhead, there's a whole episode that was just about Jordans. So like, and it even had Tinker Hatfield, who designed, Michael's from I want to say from the 3 up until the Air Jordan 17, I want to say. Actually, no, probably up to the 20, because I remember that weird bicycling shoe that wasn't very cool and got a lot of shit. I think that was the 20, and I'm pretty sure it was Tinker's last shoe. But yeah, I mean, it covers so much, like you said. If you're looking at solely from a historical perspective, it covers it. If you're looking for just Michael, you got a Michael perspective. I don't know, dude. It covers so much great shit that I feel, because I'm a biased fan of the Bulls, I feel like I'm always hyping it to people, and they're taking it from a perspective of, I just love the Bulls. But it's like, no, dude, you don't have to like the Bulls to like that documentary.
No, it was
really good.
It is a really, really good, and I'm not a Lakers fan by any stretch, but
right
to the Lakers point here in a second, but I think that documentary really made Michael Jordan more human to a lot of people.
For sure.
Because it showed a lighter side of him. Yes, he was, when it comes to winning, I think the only other athlete in that sport that I could think of that wants to win just as much would have probably been Kobe.
Kobe, for sure.
Kobe's the only other one that I think would have, and I loved when they brought him in, to the All-Star game. I think that was sweet. As a Kobe fan, I'm not a Lakers fan by any means, but Kobe was always one of my most favorite athletes, basketball-wise. I always loved watching Kobe, just the same as like a J.J. Redick in college.
Oh, man.
I hate Duke with a passion.
But I love J.J. Redick.
Man, I would watch I remember in middle school.
Yeah.
Because that was when he was there. And I remember I would watch Duke just to watch J.J. Redick play.
He was a monster.
I would watch the Lakers just to watch Kobe play. I remember I think we would have been 8th grade. 8th grade, when Kobe had 81 points against Toronto.
Yeah. Against Jalen Rose.
Yeah, and I remember watching that on SportsCenter, man, like the next day. Stuart Scott, man. Like, dude, that shit was, I love watching those players.
He was so good, and that's what I hate, where the current GOAT debate is, of where people only look at like the options are Michael or LeBron, and it's like, dude, I put Kobe above LeBron anyways, and I put Kobe damn near to Michael. I mean, it's almost tied for me. It's Michael's got it just by a little bit because of 6 rings versus 5. But if you look at the rest of their statistics, dude, the ability to take over a game, Kobe and Michael. The ability to score just about anything that's inside of 2-point range, Kobe and Michael. They're both not great at 3-point range. Their 3-point percentage was fairly low. Kobe's was higher than Michael's, obviously. Both were great passers, even though they didn't like to do it, but they had great assist ability. I don't know, man. I hate that people only got involved with putting Kobe in the debate strictly because he's dead.
Yeah. Oh,
and that's infuriating.
I had Kobe, I guess to a lot of people, in our generation, our age, I would say we're more the Kobe generation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
The only thing I remember watching Michael Jordan, honestly, to be completely honest with you, was when he was with the Wizards. That's actually being able to remember watching him play.
Yeah.
Live, not, I would love to be able to see him in the Bulls, but yeah, we were live. We were in like kindergarten, 1st grade, whatever, but actually being able to physically remember watching. Now, Kobe, of course, LeBron, LeBron's been in the league since I think we were like middle school, whatever, I don't know, it was. It was middle school.
2003.
Yeah.
2003 was his rookie.
Yes, we've seen I can remember all LeBron's career and probably 3/4 of Kobe's. But me personally, it all goes to Kobe. I think Kobe, if I'm picking somebody to take the last shot, I would take MJ, but if it's between Kobe and LeBron, LeBron's great in his own right. You know, he's a
Right.
different type of player.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, you can call me biased or whatever, but man, I'm a huge Kobe guy,
I
and
would
if I'm
take
picking
Kobe.
one, yeah,
I
you
would
know,
take Kobe.